Hello everyone and welcome back to Banished Radio here, and I'm noticing that we have a major issue of food. I don't know how I let it get that low, but I did, and it's not going to do us any favors. We've got farmers, we've got market, we've got some things going on, we have some cattle. What we don't have are reproducing sheep, unfortunately, and I don't think they're going to. If they were going to reproduce, I think they would have done it by now. I did have an idea about coming down here and placing another fishing dock, and the reason being the radius of the fishing dock is fairly large, which means we will encompass more water if we place it on this great big lake that we have, which is wonderful. If we were to go, say, over here to the river, which is fine, the radius is going to go over onto land. It's going to start back here as well, which means we're going to get a section from here to here, and that's about it. We should be able to draw much more, hopefully many more fish from this radius here. So that's what we're going to start off with, and then I have a couple of other ideas that we're going to get into, but food being the pressing issue that it is, I want to get right on that because I really let that go somehow. And I'm debating on, yeah, it looks like we're going to get a lot more. We want to get this out as far as we can so we can get as much into the water as possible. And I think, yeah. So let's do that right there. And then we're also quickly going to build them a little house as well, so we have some place for the fishermen to live. And we'll put that. Oh, we can't go right next door because of the. Well, we can go one over, right? Yes. I'm checking to see that the road lines up because I don't know. I kind of want that. It would be nice if that could fit nicely. So let's put a house there, and that's good. Oh, and we can get the game going too. Something else that I've done, and you've probably noticed this. I have simply spread too far too fast, and that's the case. I'm going to remove the foresters from this lodge. And actually, I wonder if I can just simply no work. There we go. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to remove them. We're going to shut this down. They're just way too far away. I'm severely thinking about doing the same with the hunting cabin, but more for the fact that we need food so bad. Our herbalist has reached another limit. We'll go ahead and up that limit. That's fine. And we will have now more foresters per cabin. So our trees should maintain. We shouldn't have any worries about firewood. And what do we have our limit set to now? I'm going to up this to 5. And hopefully we will, if I get some more people, I would like to add some more foresters because we are also going to start using firewood for trading. Now looking into the barn, we have some iron tools. I want to keep them handy because I don't want to lose too many of them. We have a little bit of leather. What do we have in the market? We don't have a ton. We don't have a ton to trade with right now. So I'm kind of hoping that firewood will start to be the case. We have, what, a couple of, well, we have 300, so we're doing well with the firewood. We're maintaining the cap that we set. So let's go ahead and find, if I can find firewood on the map. Here it is. Let's bring this to 100. We'll just go to 100 for now. That'll help. And then also, let's see. I'm thinking we should probably put, maybe we should put a road. I'm going to up these builders to 2 so we can get this going on. Boy, we've got reserves for stuff is low. We're running low on resources. We're running low on everything. I really kind of let this get away from me somehow. And you guys are probably saying to yourself, you know, we saw this coming ages ago. We just didn't tell you. Ha 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 ha. We have no stored coal, which we don't care about, but we have some iron. We have some stone. We have some stone over here. Let's get some stone. Let's pull the stone right from the ground because it's not doing us any good over there. We need it. We need it to build some things because something else I would really like to build is the town hall. And the tailor's at a cap. That's fine. I don't want to trade clothing right now because I think we need it for the citizens that we have. So, oh, storage is near capacity. We do have a lot of things. That means we probably need another vendor to pull from here into our market because that's where these things should be. What's happening is our workers, they're doing their thing out here. They're gathering stones or iron logs. Their laborers are then bringing them to the barn or to the storage area, and then our vendors take from there to the market, and then the people in this big radius all go to the market to get their resources, what they need. And we don't have, or we didn't have, enough people to grab this stuff fast enough. But you know what? You would think that with the production of our fishing dock down here, which is going nowhere, you would think that that wouldn't be quite an issue with all these stored things. It may be that this is so far, and with the road not being prevalent, we might have to put a road in here so they can kind of get to... Let's match this to there. And I know that I'll be taking away, unfortunately, from what it is they're doing as far as building. Let's bring that out. And I think that'll do for now. Just something to kind of get them to move a little bit quicker. And as they move along, then we'll worry more about what roads are going to stay, what roads are going to go. Because I'll tell you, I have noticed in the past, and you have, I'm sure, as well, and I did it on purpose, and I thought initially I would like it, but I have a different pattern of how the houses are set here versus how they're set here. Obviously, we have a space in between all the houses, and I like both for different reasons. What I don't like is both next to each other. So I have to make a decision at some point whether I would like to demolish these and rebuild them spaced out like these, which I probably will. Or, conversely, of course, I can demolish these and pack them all tighter together. I'm still of the mind that these are going to move. I've kind of set these just willy-nilly about, including the fields. I'm not 100% with the design I have going on. It's my own fault, and that's okay. I'm not unhappy, but I'm setting long-term goals. Immediate goal is to move south, start building out into a grid the way that I would like. Not a complete grid. I want to do some sort of organic feel if we can, but I want to move south and make this more of the city proper. And look at all that food just walking across there. Oh, we lost a farmer. Prude died of old age. But what do we got going on? Are they finally... They've removed... Good. See, they've removed the resources. They're removing the resources. They're building the road. We're getting to where we need to be. I just... With this number, it's a little spooky. It occurs to me that we don't have a boatload of iron coming out of this mine. And the reason being is we don't have very many miners. We have 3. I would really like to have a lot of, mining going on. But right now, we need the workforce. We're actually going to go ahead and we're going to turn off work for this. And we're going to take our miners to 0. And that also helps with another thing, that we don't have a lot of housing down here. So these people are unfortunately having to travel great distances to get to work. And again, my own doing. When you're building your city, your town, do yourself a favor. Don't spread quite as far as I did, as fast as I did. And do make sure that you have places for your people to live nearby work. Another good idea is going to be a storage barn. I should probably have another barn in this area at some point soon as well, so the gatherers and laborers don't have to go quite as far to store their supplies, because right now they're having to move from the extremities all the way to the center of what is currently town, and that's not going to do us any good. As you can see over here, I have this bridge to nowhere that I built that isn't doing us a whole lot of good. It will before long. I think it's going to be resource collecting, and mainly like maybe moving the hunting and the foresters out in this area, building more town work in here. I've also been thinking about a quarry, and the only problem with the quarry, if you haven't seen them, is they build a big, deep hole into the ground. And that, when it is done, stays there. It doesn't go away, and it's very unsightly. So you kind of want to look toward the end of your map to make sure that you're not interfering with the aesthetic of your town. So we might come out in this area, might be good for a quarry. Maybe over here as well. We'll see. I don't go up to the top very much. What do we have up here? Yeah, we may or may not, lower left right now. We'll call that southwest. I can't believe I built that way the hell out here. What was I thinking? What is this, a hunter? How many hunting cabins do I have? I don't know. I have, well, that tells me that I have 3. I'm really tempted to shut this one down, but for now we're going to leave it. What's he producing? Well, he's producing food and leather, so I don't want to get rid of him just yet. It's just a shame that I didn't put him where I needed, well, closer to the edge of town. Boy, I really kind of messed up on that. At any rate, I digress. How are we doing on our building? Because I really want to try to get towards... Oh, good, they're coming in. I think I'm going to go ahead and queue up our town hall. I think that's going to be a necessity for a couple of reasons. Instead of having to click here to find out what resources we have and then here to see what we have, of course, in looking here, a town hall will allow us to just click on it and we can see all of our stuff in one place. Not to mention, we will be able to pick up some nomads, which we certainly need. We need an influx of people into this town, unfortunately, after losing them to our tornado. So let's go, and we want town services and town hall. And I think I would like it to face this direction because we usually play the game mostly from this direction. So I think I would like it to face this direction. And let's bring that down. Just trying to see where I would like to have it look. I'm not measuring anything. I think there is good. And we'll go ahead and we'll pause that for just a minute. Probably not for long because it looks like we have someone starving. Wonderful. I wonder if I should put a stockpile out here or not. I'm just not sure on that. Well, let's go ahead and get this going then. We might as well build. If we're going to build it, let's build it. We'll bump these two people up. And we should be okay with that. We're gathering the stone here. We have 29 of them. We have a lot of iron. That's for sure. We could probably trade off some of this iron. We have so much. Let's bring 60 iron into our trading post. We're going to need it at some point because we need to get more livestock, more seeds, pretty much more of everything. So that probably will help because we're stuck in this stuff everywhere, but in the market, which is bewildering to me because we have 2 vendors. Do we really need 3? All right. Well, for now, let's bump up to 3. Apparently, 2 is not enough. I'm still experimenting with how much is necessary, of course, with our market. So, one step at a time. Well, with our one hungry person, who I know lives all the way down here, and is taking the very long way to get food, I'm in a bit of a worry, panic about it. I want to build a barn. I'm going to actually pause City Hall. Oh, you know what? Never mind. They died. They absolutely died. They starved to death because... And the ironic thing is if we just finished building this dock, you could have fished for food. That's sad. Well, here comes a trader. Let's see if we have anything to trade. Well, let's see if they have anything for us. Steel tools. I would like steel tools, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. What do they have that I can order? They are a resource. You know, I'm thinking that... What are we low on? Stone. Let's start ordering stone every visit. And I'm hoping what I can trade to them is firewood. I'm hoping that with the abundance of foresters that we don't have... Do we have an abundance? We don't have an abundance. Hopefully we'll be able to produce enough soon that we can go ahead and stock the replenishing wood, put it over there, and we can trade for the necessary stone, maybe even iron too. It can be a success. It can absolutely work. That much I do know. Alright, so we're starting to hopefully bring over the resources to build a town hall. Looks like they are. Excellent. Now, they're doing a great job there. Why are we stalling down here? I'm guessing it's just because it's so far. And again, we're going to have to kind of build out into this area a little bit. I would love to add another house, but I'm so worried about the food situation as it sits that I don't want to do it. I just don't want to add that much drain. Although it's coming up a little. Yeah, but that's because that's because we're harvesting stuff, or we've just recently harvested. And how are these doing? 760, 720. So they're harvesting okay. These are going to move too. I think I said that. My brain is racked a little bit. You know what will help? A little builder's liquid will probably help me focus on what it is I'm accomplishing, or trying to accomplish. That's better. And are they coming along? But look at how quickly they're coming along. They're all grabbing the resources for this. And we've got a baby. Good. We needed that because we're low on children as well. I've just kind of... this has been a great learning experience for me. I had some great fundamentals down, but I got a little overzealous in spreading out so far and thinking that we needed so much room. Like, we could certainly have more houses around here. Will it take away from the effectiveness? of how many trees can be planted? A little bit, but not to the point that it's so detrimental, and that was the mistake that I made. But that's also why I do this, so you can learn from my mistakes as well and see that you can build into an area and it can be a little more complete. You can have a couple more houses, you can have your forester, you can have a gatherer's hut and a hunting cabin, and have places for them to live. And it won't encroach too much on the productivity, even though it is in the radius, perhaps. Now we have fishermen. How many fishermen do I have? I only have 3. We're going to crank this all the way to 8. Well, as close as I can get. Let's lower these down and bring that to 8. That way we can have as much food coming in as quickly as we can. I know farming is going to be a priority as soon as I can get that, because we only have 5 farmers. But that takes big space, and it takes a big decision about where do I want to put farms. I might put farms in this area, this peninsula area. I don't know. I just haven't quite made up my mind, and that's partially what's kicking my butt, is I haven't decided where exactly I want. I want to plan. You need to plan these things out a little bit. I think, though, what we are going to end up doing here, well, they've already got some fish and some logs. I think we're going to have a little friendly competition and see, because we have this fishing dock down here, and we have this one all the way at the top. And in a couple of years, let's see who's pulling the most fish. They have in this radius, as you can see, let's move this. This is the area they can draw fish. Down here, by way of comparison, look at all of this area from which to draw fish. So let's see. Our brother herdsman has died of old age. Does that mean I need an additional herdsman? I have... No, because somebody replaced it already. Oh, good. I'm very happy about that. How's the woodcutter going? Boy, he's pumping out. He's pumping out firewood. He is pumping it out. We've got 44 stored. It looks like the 3 vendors are doing their job. Yeah, look at that. They're pulling from the barn. They're pulling from our stockpile. They're getting it into the market. That at least is going the way that it should, and that makes me feel better. I see some additional stone down here I didn't gather previously, so let's grab this, that's iron, and just make sure that we're clearing this area of stone. And even down here, yeah, all the way to there I think we'll clear. So we make sure we have enough stone to build our town hall, because it takes a little bit. It's kind of a big stone building, and we're running low. We clearly have none. So let's get some laborers to get out there and start pulling stone. Do I have stone elsewhere? Oh, I have a bunch up here. I don't like to spread them too far, and I don't like to do too much stone or too much of any one resource at the same time, because then it really ties them up and they're focused solely on that one task until they complete it, which is good for productivity in that it's being done in the fashion that you want it to. But if you're trying to do multiple things, they'll focus on one thing at a time. And I'm noticing down here, our sheep died, which means we only have 1 left. I was afraid of that. And I'm also afraid that if this sheep were pregnant or whatnot when we acquired it, it would have reproduced by now, which means shortly we're not even going to have sheep, which means we wasted all those resources in trying to trade for that so we can make wool sweaters and things, and unfortunately we're not going to have them. Well, we're in a bit of a conundrum. We need more houses so we can make more children, but we need more food to make more houses to make more children. Yeah, we're getting slowly but surely there. I was actually just looking at our fishing dock down here, and last season we produced 252 fish, which isn't terrible considering it was the first season, it was late in the season, and this year we're already early spring producing 57, so that's a good start. I'm kind of hoping this comes in. I don't think this is going to be the saving grace necessarily, don't get me wrong, but I'm just hoping that we can get an influx of people. Now you think, well, if we don't have a whole lot of food, why would that help? The main reason is because I also don't have a lot of laborers. If I got an influx of, let's say, 20 nomads right off the bat, I wouldn't be terribly afraid of trying to feed them, because I could quickly assign them to jobs that would be in food collection. Perhaps another gatherer, and a couple more farmers, things of that nature. So that's why I'm kind of hoping that this will help, even though I know it's not going to be the only thing. And they are getting more and more stone. We've got a little bit going on. Stored firewood is 0. Now why is that? Oh, probably because did I take? Nah, it's only 100. We should be working away on firewood here. Last season he made 625. I mean, he's cranking away on that. We need more wood. We need more everything. I keep saying that. That's the theme for this this episode is we need more. Last year we did 130 logs, and that is because we upped the amount. In previous years, we were only doing between 80 and 100. We upped the amount of foresters that we have, and now look at it, and that's doing exactly what I wanted to do. And they're getting old. Boy, oh boy. How many houses do I have out here? Do I have one? Do I have any? I don't have any place for these people to live. It's a catch-22, isn't it? We just go round and round and round. Well, meanwhile, look at this. We've started construction. We're actually building now the town hall. And that makes me kind of happy. It makes me so happy. In fact, I'm going to build another barn, and I'm going to build it down here so it's a little closer to all these places, because I think we may or may not add another market here. So this might be temporary. I don't like to do too many temporary, constructs, but we're going to do that one. And it takes logs, but it doesn't take a lot of stone, so that's good news. So hopefully that'll get built relatively quickly, even though we only have a couple of builders. I don't really have people that I can spare either. These are a lot of food producers, even vendors we've needed to keep up on task, because look, our stockpile is filling up again. Boy, they really do. We're producing some things. Oh, good, we have another trader coming in. Well, it may be good if there's something that I have. Well, if I have enough to trade with him. Let's find out. And he has stone. He has stone, and I would like stone, but I have enough to build what it is. Orders. I asked him to bring stone, and stone he brought. We're not quite ready to trade for it. I don't want to trade the firewood. I'm hoping to save for seeds. So we're going to send him on his way in hopes that we're going to get cattle and seeds for our future visits. And this is coming along. We're almost there. Boy, I don't know. Town Hall seems to me, it's one of those buildings that is sort of a landmark. And not just as in the physical building, but also like, boy, we've made it far enough that we could actually build a town hall and use it. Even though we only have, what, about 61 people, it's the beginning. It's the beginning of growth. I just need to grow a little closer to home instead of spreading out so far. But I think we can pull back from that. But I'll tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at our lovely town hall, the newest structure in Folsonville. And this is what I was talking about. We can see so many different things. Here are the people we have, the production, who's producing what, inventory, all at a glance. Graphs, of course, for those who like it. This is where the nomads will be. Even our trade items, the things that we've bought, which is really exciting. So we're going to end the note, or end the episode on a positive note, and that is we have town hall. So do me a favor. Please leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you're thinking about Folsonville and how we're building and what's going on. Let me know how you think we can improve it. And of course, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And we're going to see you next time on another episode of Banished.